All right, a lot of weekend foreign policy to talk about if that's what you're into. Tension with North Korea certainly have been on the rise as that rogue nation has been threatening to sink a U.S. aircraft carrier as an American is thrown behind bars over there.
This amid new concerns that Iran is cheating on the nuclear deal. So what should the Trump Doctrine be as we face these new threats?
Well, here to weigh in is Fox News military analyst and retired four-star General Jack Keane. General, great to see you this morning. Obviously, is North Korea threatening throwing this American behind bars, threats to Australia perhaps, moving the USS Carl Vinson into that region? What do you think the Trump Doctrine is starting to take shape? What is it starting to look like?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because, you know, while he drives his own domestic agenda along with the Congress, the world has a way of coming to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And that's what has happened to this president, certainly within the last 100 days. And I think here's what we see so far. He clearly has gone way out of his way to reassure our allies, sent his key officials all over the world, Far East, Middle East, Europe, for the last 100 days doing that. And he has seen numerous heads of state himself, giving them one clear message: I'm going to stand with you, I'm going to back you. That is an unequivocal message and very different than the message of the previous administration. The second thing is that, look what he's had to deal with. He had to confront Iran over ballistic missile testing was in violation of UN resolution. So he sanctioned them, and he told them, if you continue this provocative behavior, and not just with missile testing, but in trying to dominate the Middle East, more is going to come. Secondly, he put the military option back on the table with North Korea. And China believes it. I'm convinced North Korea believes it, and certainly our allies believe it. And that is why he's been able to work successfully for the first time in 20-plus years with the Chinese, who are willing to curb North Korea's behavior. And that's what they're saying. We'll see if they actually do it.
Yeah, the only way. You're right,
in Syria,
Go ahead.
In Syria, look what he had to do there. In very short order, he's executed a limited military operation, not threatening one. He actually executed one dealing with Assad's criminal behavior. He's called out the Russians for backing Assad's criminal behavior, for not pulling the troops out of Ukraine, for meddling in U.S. elections. So in that short order of 100 days, he has confronted most of our adversaries, and they know that the leadership of the United States is back on the world stage. It's responsible, it's decisive, it's moral, and he's backing our allies.
General, I think you're spot on when it comes to dealing with North Korea. China is the only way to deal with them. Question for you: you understand all these issues so well. Looking at all the challenges that we face, what keeps you up at night? What concerns you the most?
Well, certainly anything dealing with nuclear proliferation is the most dangerous thing that's truly happening in the world. And this situation with this irrational leader in North Korea is certainly a dangerous one. But the world the president calls it a mess. Frankly, that's an understatement. We have never seen global security challenges on a scale like this since the end of World War II with the rise of the Soviet Union. Radical Islam has morphed into a global jihad. Al-Qaeda is revitalized and thriving. ISIS was born in the last few years and has expanded into 30-plus countries. And North Korea, Iran, and Russia are all taking advantage of the United States, all of them.
Like you say, you don't get to choose these foreign policy issues as much as we talk about domestic politics. General Keane, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, good talking to you, folks.